Episode 3. What are we making today, Garrett?
So, today we're going to explore the lovely world of vinaigrettes.
Vinaigrettes, that's a dressing, in case you didn't know, for those uncultured swine out there.
I'm not even doing this show if you got a bunch of uncultured swines watching.
That's a dressing, and Garrett's going to show us how to make it.
No, so we're going to go down the vinaigrette road, right? And there's a lot of things you can do with that. It takes you to a lot of different places. Today in particular, we're going to be doing some potatoes with bacon vinaigrette over the top.
I'm just not realizing how cute I look in this.
It's pretty hot.
Yeah, that's good.
So,
Thank you. We have a studio audience today on this episode. There's a few people around. You won't see them, and maybe you will. This time, I'm not going to lie. I am drunk this time, this episode, but it's still going to be a good episode.
It's going to be bomb.
So, Garrett has never made anything that wasn't good. Garrett once showed me a soak. I don't know, what the hell would you call it?
A what?
Would you soak those purple onions? What would you call that?
That was a vinegar. It was like a vinegar.
So Garrett made a vinaigrette.
It was pickled red onions.
And we pickled some onions in a vinaigrette. And it was incredible.
Yeah. So and that's kind of what nobody thinks you can make. Or, I'm not saying nobody, but a lot of people don't know how to make a vinaigrette, so they don't even know where to start. And so today we're going to kind of bust that wall down.
We're going to show you how to start.
It's really easy to make. If you screw it up like somebody did pasta,
Shit.
then throw it away and start over.
That's rude.
And it's easy and it's good, and it really, to me, elevates your dish to another level. So
here's what you need. Show them, Garrett.
All right, so we've got some potatoes. We're going to bake these in the oven, then we're going to smash them down. And then the vinaigrette's going to go over the top. We've got some right bacon. If you're not buying right, then you ain't right. We've got several different kinds of mustards, right? So we've got whole grain, we've got stone ground, we've got coarse ground, we've got Dijon. Pretty much anything will work. Don't use yellow mustard that you have in your refrigerator. And I'm sure a lot of people have some of this in there somewhere. If you don't, it's a couple dollars at your grocery store. We got vinegar. You can use red wine, white wine. It doesn't matter. Don't use a balsamic or anything like that. Don't use the regular vinegar that you have that you clean the stove with or whatever. Olive oil. So we've got some olive oil, and you can hear that because it's a glass bottle. If you're going to make this dish and you're going to use a plastic bottle, you're going to be able to tell on olive oil. On the olive oil, go buy a glass jar if you don't already have it of vinaigrette.
At least, let me give you something there.
Of olive oil.
The olive oil is apparently the most important part. He mentioned this about 6 times before we started shooting.
Yeah.
When you buy olive oil, you want a glass bottle. Don't skimp on your olive oil.
If you're cooking with it, buy the plastic bottle. Yeah. Nobody will ever know. If you're finishing with it,
the rest of this shit is cheap. But when it comes to your olive oil, you really want to.
And it's really not that bad.
And
it's like $5.
Yeah, I could say that for if you're cooking anything. You know what I mean? If you're making a roast duck.
So let's go back to this can.
Or roasted mutton.
Yeah.
Go on.
Can we go back to this camera? All right. So we're gonna take our olive oil. Boom. Lots of olive oil. It's not gonna hurt anything. Okay. Then we're gonna take some salt and pepper. This is already a salt and pepper mix.
This olive oil was just in that bottle.
Yes, thank you for that. Lots of salt and pepper. If you don't like a lot of salt and pepper, then don't salt and pepper so much. We mix all this around, right? Coating everything. Real easy. Can you hand me that pan right there, please? It's this easy, literally. We're going to dump this on the pan. Boom. Right? And that's going to go in the oven. That's you.
What temperature?
Oh, I'm sorry. Preheat your oven to 375. So we're going to roast this at 375. We're going to put it on our oven. Then when these are cooked through, we're going to smash them straight down. We're going to continue to bake them to where they get crisp, and then we'll pour the vinaigrette over the top. It's a pretty awesome side dish to go with steaks.
375, your oven. A little bit longer than cookies, which I also make. There he goes, putting it in the oven. Goddamn, I'm adorable. Man, Those are going in the oven, 375 for how
They're
long?
in the oven.
Tell them how long, Garrett.
Let's go for about 30 minutes and check them.
Give or take.
I don't know. We're going to just check them as they cook. Everybody knows how to bake a potato, right? When it's done, it's done.
Our potatoes were in the oven, 375 for how long? Seemed like a long time.
Yeah, I want to say maybe like, 40
those.
an hour. You can see how salty they are from that salt and pepper we put on before.
Saltier than my ex-wife.
That was a good one.
I've never been married.
Bobby. Yeah.
So we I'm drunk already. We cooked those potatoes.
We know that
375, and we cooked our bacon.
Yeah, we cooked our bacon.
So next step, walk us through it.
So next step, we're gonna smash these down. So I've got one of these potatoes. That's the microphone. Potato smashers.
Potatoes. Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew.
And we just want to smash them down to where they, look like that. They're gonna get a lot of coverage, surface area, right? We're gonna need to re-salt and pepper these. They're gonna get crunchy, and then the vinaigrette's gonna go over the top of these, which is gonna be awesome.
Now, while we were waiting for these potatoes to get finished cooking, we were drinking, obviously. But Garrett actually gave us a taste of some, what do you call that?
I call that a celery salad.
A celery salad.
Which everybody's gonna be like, ugh.
Yeah, if you would have asked me before, I would have said, nasty, bro. But after tasting it, it was one of the dankest things I've ever had. And the base of that was vinegar.
It was.
In a future video, I'm going to show you guys how to make a...
Can you grab the salt and pepper? And just go ahead and season it for me. That wasn't me. That was other people in the room that wanted me to do that.
That's not okay.
They washed it though. It was washed prior to.
Not
I
okay.
was. Hey, that had nothing to do with me.
That was a genuine reaction.
That was a good one. Hey, I apologize. I thought about apologizing before I asked you to do that. Alright, so we're gonna... You good? Can
good.
we continue?
I'm good.
Alright.
Hold on, let's get back. Let me get back to my shot. There we go.
Alright, so we're take some salt and pepper. You know who that was. And we'll salt and pepper these again. Boom. Okay, and I know what y'all are waiting for. Like, come on, man. All this show's about vinaigrette, and all y'all been making is potatoes. But sit tight. All right, so we're gonna put these back in the oven. 425, 450, whatever makes you happy. So we're gonna put these back in the oven. Ready. So we're gonna take some stone ground mustard. If you don't have it, don't worry about it. It's not that big a deal. We'll throw a little bit in the bowl. Like that.
Is it not a big deal?
It's not a big deal if you don't have it. You can do it with Dijon. You can do it with whatever. That's the greatest part about this. Is just do it with what you've got. So then we're gonna take a little Dijon, right? You know what? We'll use everything we've got. No big deal. Throw a little bit of that in there. I didn't really want that much. It came out a little fast. Who cares? It's not a big deal. So I didn't think that one was open. We'll take a little bit of this mustard, right? If you only have one of them, don't worry about it. That'll work.
So wait. This is old style mustard, Dijon mustard, and coarse grain mustard, none of which are a big deal.
Yeah.
And it don't matter. None of this matters.
It's not a big deal. We didn't use the... If you only had stone ground mustard, that'd be cool too. Why is it a big deal? It's not French's yellow mustard.
All right.
So if you only had this...
You could use just that instead of three.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. All right. Here's where it gets fun.
All
You
right.
ready for this?
Let's go back.
All right. Let's grab a good handful of bacon like that. Throw in there, and we'll do a little bit more. And
Toss it casually
there you
in,
go. We'll eat a little bit. All right.
like you're a medieval lord paying someone beneath your station.
Got some red wine vinegar here. We're gonna pour some of that. I don't know. I don't measure any of this, so let's just start. Okay? Boom, 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 boom.
Shots of vodka.
All right. Right there.
That's
That's
about 3 tablespoons,
Okay.
give or take.
So roughly 3 tablespoons.
That can't be right.
No, that can't be right.
I should have had my cutting board out, but I didn't.
Let's say this is one of those things that the measurements and the ingredients isn't necessarily important as long as you have the essentials.
You'll be able to fix, however, whatever happens, you'll be able to fix it.
Right. It's kind of based on your taste. And whenever you're cooking anything, you should be constantly tasting. I feel like that's a necessity.
Yeah, and we're about to get down on that.
Yeah. So, continuing.
So, cut a lime in half. I put my hand over so no seeds get in, because nobody wants to eat a seed, right? So I put my hand over to catch the seeds. A little bit of lemon juice. That's done. Alright, we're going to do salt and pepper.
Good amount of salt. Fair amount of salt.
Yeah. Alright. So we're going to take our whisk and we're just going to start whisking it around.
Also, this
Can
salt...
you hold that? Can you hold that?
Yeah. This salt and pepper is pre-mixed. So if you note, he said salt and pepper, if you're looking at it, and he was like, "That's a line, son of a bitch." He only put it's pre-mixed. So salt and pepper. You can mix it yourself. You can do it individually. It really doesn't matter. Salt, pepper mix, and a small bowl.
All right. So this is about what it's going to look like, right?
Okay. There you go. Look at that.
This studio audience is really cramping my style.
That's fair. Yeah, we have a
Just
studio
kidding.
audience
I'm just
today.
kidding, everybody.
They'll come into play later, but that's it. Black
Okay.
pepper, salt.
So this is kind of what it looks like. It's pretty thick. If you'll hold the bowl for me, if you have a bowl holder, that works best. So we're gonna just start adding olive oil as we whisk, right? And this is pretty much it until we get it to the consistency we like.
Velvety, I would
Right.
say. And velvety consistency.
And if you added too much mustard, at this point, you will just add a little more olive oil and a little more vinegar. Now we're going to put a little honey in.
This is the freestyle wrap of vinaigrettes.
Yeah,
You
just
kinda-
add some honey. If you don't have honey, add sugar. It's not. It's okay, right?
Fine.
So if you don't have honey, add sugar. It will take away from the tartness of the vinegar, and it works out. So you just keep adding and taking away, and it's just experimental, right? Can you grab a spoon for us, or two? So we're gonna just
Whisk
keep
and
mixing
whisk.
that. I like a little more vinegar, maybe, or a little more olive oil. I'm sorry. All right, and then we'll taste, right?
How's it taste, Garrett?
Man, I like it a lot.
Let me taste it. I'll let you. I'll be the judge of that.
So we can add, take away.
So good. No, it really is. It really is good though. Like,
For this one, let's use
verbiage.
let's use a mason jar, right? And
Okay.
You got your standard mason jar. If you don't worry about it. Grab another bowl. It's all good.
be on the lookout for Garrett's cooking show titled "Don't Worry About It," coming to you soon. Available everywhere. I've heard that phrase so many times, but it's so relevant.
Because you don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's fine.
If you don't like the way it tastes, add some honey, add some more vinegar, add some lemon, add some salt, add some pepper. It'll get there, I promise, and you'll be happy with it at the end of it. All right, so let's do this one. Okay? So for this one, we're going to use the white wine. Okay? We're going to do this in a jar. So this is white wine vinegar. Okay? So we're going to pour about that much. This would go great over a salad or something along those lines. I made it a little richer because it was going to stand up to the potatoes.
Something along those lines has been my favorite line of the show so far. A salad.
Right, we're going to throw some
Or-
olive oil in this, right? Good olive oil. We talked about that earlier.
That's enough.
Here in the show, right?
Yeah. Now there's no measurements here,
There it is.
but when you're pouring your olive oil, when you're pouring, in that point in your head when you say that's a shitload of olive oil, that's when you're good. So we're not measuring anything, but when you feel that way, like goddamn, that seems like a lot of olive oil. There you go.
Throw some lemon in this, right? We're going to catch those seeds. So nobody has to eat with seeds. Okay. We're not going to do the bacon in this one. I feel like you didn't use your cooking towel that I got you. Thank you, sir.
I didn't even put my apron on this time around. I forgot about that.
Wow. You want to do that real quick?
No, it's too late.
Okay. A little salt and pepper. Now, at this point, if you wanted to add some, let's say, sour cream or something like that, you could do that. It makes it a little more creamy. We're not
Sour
gonna do
cream
that.
in the olive oil.
Yeah, you could do that. It's kind of like a ranchy style. It's not going to come out like ranch, but if people say sour cream, that doesn't even make sense. Think about it like a creamy dressing like that.
Okay.
And you can take this and just... Let me just show you. That's it, right?
That's it?
Just to throw something together. You could throw that on a salad. That would be awesome.
You're shitting me.
No.
So that's 2 vinaigrettes you just made. That quick.
Boom, that quick.
Are we
And
done?
I mean,
Get those potatoes. Where are those potatoes?
they're in the oven. You want to go check them?
Here.
We are getting ready to plate. We're going to do some parsley for garnish. I got way too much out. I just thought it'd be cool to do some garnish. It's a cooking show, right?
It is a cooking show.
Alright, so let's call that good. Let's move this over here. And by the way, let's look if I didn't have that. Oh, how would I cut? You know what I mean? So, Brady's back here. Thank you for sharing. Alright, so we got our plate, right? So this is going to be your side dish. So when you're making steak and you need a potato dish, or you're making pork chops, you need a potato dish. Chicken, you need a potato dish, whatever. This will be a solid go-to that everybody will love and nobody will know. Like, it was that easy? There's no way it was that easy. It was. So when they're hot, they're going to soak that vinaigrette up and make it even more flavorful. So give it a final mix, right?
Waiting on
Did
something.
we run out of spoons?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, okay. We got a spoon.
Spoon coming
All
in.
right. So we'll take this at the very end, right? We're going to drizzle it over each piece, each potato.
That looks amazing, actually. Incredible.
Okay. Perfect. I'm going to take a little fresh parsley. Sprinkle over at the end.
That's
Boom.
looking bomb.
Okay. All right. So there's a side dish that most people haven't had.
That looks so sexy.
And I mean, it's going to be awesome.
Most people don't put a lot of care into your side dishes because it is the side dish.
That's going to be the main. I can tell you something. I've made a lot of steak in this house, a lot of chicken, and a lot of pork. And people consistently brag about this. And I make a mean steak, but they don't brag about it for years and years. This, you can ask Tim, he's been bragging about it for years.
That's incredible. Vinaigrette, the basics. This is a good foundational piece. Again, something you learn to make and you can do so much with. You can put this shit on pizza, on a sandwich, on somebody's boobs.
Let's try it. You want to try it?
We're gonna try
We
it.
got a couple forks.
Friends and family are gonna try it. Everybody get in here. Go ahead. Tim? Brendan?
All right, let's see.
Molly, go ahead, try it. Hold on, wait.
Uh-huh.
This looks like you use fork, but I'll use it.
Oh, yeah. Perfect.
They look like baby little burgers.
Grab you some potato.
Great.
Teresa, you want to come try?
Let me try that.
Molly, how is it?
Hot. Really good though. Way better than just like mashed potatoes,
Right.
or like au gratin potato, like just something a little bit different. Good, right? As good as it always is.
And you can also leave it to them to put their own vinegar on. Yeah, you might go a little vinegar heavy. They may not like so much vinegar.
Help.
I don't know.
Help. Thank you.
But, you know, they put that on their plate. They can cut it with their steak knife, whatever. Anyway, that's it, man. Start playing with vinegar. You know, you got your mustard, you got your olive oil, you got your vinegar. Just start playing around. You know, we made this with nothing, right? That took 2 seconds to make, and you could throw that on a salad. I think we are filming the face test. Yes.
It's good
Bring
to
them
be
over
here.
here.
It's great.